everyone, I am Jess from Studio Ballet Evolution. Welcome to our tutorial on unleashing your inner swan. So as you can see, I have a headpiece on. Our students are doing a show soon. I'm going to be dancing the Dying Swan, and underneath here I'm growing out my hair. It's a little bit of a mess, so I figured for this tutorial, since it is about our inner swan, I will leave my nice headpiece on. So we're going to go through what makes a beautiful swan. How can we all have those gorgeous professional looking arms with the beautiful graceful qualities? So we're going to go over that today. For those who don't know, I am a graduate of the Vaganova Academy in Russia. I was there from 96 to 98, and what I love about the Vaganova method is the beautiful quality of the arms, the expression, the coordination. We can all have that. So I'm going to help you today to unleash your beautiful, beautiful, graceful inner swan. So let's go ahead. You don't have to wear a tutu, but if you have one at home and you feel like wearing it, put it on. Why not? So the first thing we're going to be focusing on is our breath and our spine. So every time you're in class, make sure that you do these things, and you will see a huge improvement also in your energy because you'll be getting more oxygen, and you'll be enjoying it more because you'll be dancing more, and also you're going to see the gorgeous graceful arms and quality of your core you're going to have. So let's go ahead. To be able to go up with our breath, we first have to go down. So the most important thing is to feel the floor. We want to melt into the floor, and I want to feel the soles of my foot right at the middle of the sole of my foot. I'm always talking about that with my students. Has to be melting into the floor. So you can start in any position. You can be in parallel, you can be in any position you want. I'll just take a fifth here. And I need to first start by melting into the floor with the soles of my feet. I talked about the middle of the sole of the foot. So the first thing I do is melt into the floor, so I feel that nice connection. And then I want to lengthen my spine and inhale. Now in ballet, we breathe a little differently than the average person. We want to engage our transverse, our lower abdominals, and breathe through our diaphragm. Our back needs to be nice and wide. So I want to feel like I'm breathing from my back, right? I have asthma, and I find it really helps me to breathe when I open. Imagine you have wings coming from your back and they're opening to the side. Beautiful. So we have our pushing into the floor. Now I can lengthen up. So I'm going to go exhale into the floor, inhale, and lengthen, and feel that nice lengthening through the neck and out through the head. So whenever we do an allongé in ballet, you want to breathe in, and that gives you that feeling. So that feeling of inhaling. So first remember, you have to go down, exhale into the floor, melting, and then you can lift up. So that is the first step of having beautiful port de bras and graceful arms. So it actually starts in the spine, it goes through the neck. So if you are turning your head, it's the spine and breath, neck, then we get the arms going. So you have all that to do before you move your arms. Now let's get into the arms. So really important is where we're moving our arms from. A lot of people have a tendency to move from the top of the hand. We want to move, just like we're moving from the sole of the foot, I want to move from my palm. So this is a great exercise. I did this with one of my students yesterday. That's partly why I'm doing this video, because it seemed to really help, and I want to help as many people as possible be their beautiful ballet dancer selves. So we want to feel the middle of your palm, right? And imagine that you're touching an invisible wall. So I'm doing really bad mime here. I don't know how to mime, but just imagine that there is a wall here, okay? I'm not pushing from here. The contact is with my palm, okay? So I'm touching my palm, and then I'm retracting my palms. Touching with my palms and retracting. So I'm moving from here, not from the top. That's the tricky part. I'm not pushing with my fingers. I'm moving from the palm and retracting from the palm. So that takes time to get. But whenever I move my arm in ballet, I want to move from the palm, not from the top. Okay, so let's start with just that. So in any position you want to be, you could be in a very neutral position if you want. Try to lift, remember that sole of the feet, lengthening through the spine. Inhale, and try to move your arms from your palms rather than from your fingers. So the difference is when we move from the fingers, we often get this kind of weird wristy thing, right? If you're moving from your palm, your wrist is just going to follow very naturally. So one other thing, you can start with this. I'm giving you a whole bunch of information, but you can take this in steps, okay? Last part with the hand. You want to feel your middle finger and your thumb have a connection. Everyone, I call it like your own signature, right? Everybody has a different way of using their hands, of signing their name. So don't try to look like anyone else. Find your authentic hand position for ballet. So you want to feel a connection with the third finger and the thumb. And you notice where that is? Right in the middle of your palm, right? So that is where the energy is coming from when you're doing your swan arms, or even if I'm going to first or up to third. I might be at a frame, right? I'm opening from the palm, the third finger, allongé, and lower. So whether you're being a swan or in ballet class, practice that feeling of moving from the palm, lengthening through the floor, the spine, and now we're going to add one more element, the elbows. The elbows are so important for our expression. So I have the palm initiating the movement, right? Just think of it like with your feet. When you lift your leg up, if I lift from my toes, my hip goes down, right? If I lift from my shoulder, my hand goes down. So we always want to lift from the extremities when we're dancing to make sure that our articulations are free and we can move correctly. So from here, we're going to do elbows. So I have my palms. My elbows are helping my arms come up. So if I want to do like swan arms, right? It's elbows and palms. And then we add the spine, right? I should have done more spine. Spine, elbows, palms. So that beautiful feeling of elbows and palms, elbows and palms. And it's also perfectly normal if you find one arm, harder to do than the other. Perfectly normal. We all have one side that we feel more comfortable with. Just do your best. So I hope this helped you. I hope you will practice your inner swans. I love the dying swan because it's so expressive. If you're interested, I'm going to be putting a little clip at the end of this video, part of it that I've been rehearsing for a student's show, and you'll be able to see the qualities of the swan and create your own interpretation of the dying swan. I would love to see that. Thank you so much, and I hope you found this helpful.